James is eating his gluten-free Power Bowl pizza with some fresh stuff, and I'm going to talk about Superstore, Eat, Pray, Love, Mulan, and Slings and Arrows. And I haven't watched all of that Superstore thing. I'm just...
It sounds like advertising for a particular corporation.
Well,
different.
it is because they're... it's funny because here in Canada we have a chain store called Superstore, but this is made in the United States, and it's, at least I think it is, and it looks, even though the name of the company is Superstore that they work for, or it's actually Cloud9. It looks like Walmart outfits. It doesn't look like our store that...
Ours is a box store, but it's just a grocery store, and well, a few other things.
Anyway, so yeah, it's just I wanted to mention this because it's funny. Well, it's a funny show, but I hadn't seen it for years, and I saw this complete series sitting on the return shelf at the library, and I was like, I don't think I've seen all the seasons because this just feels like more than what I've seen, right? And then I looked at it and I'm like, I think I should start at season 4, and that's right where I'd left off. It turns out that I'd watched it, and so it's been years since I watched it, but somehow my brain remembered that it was season 4 that I should start at. So I have a ways to go, and I'm really enjoying. I've laughed a lot watching this, and what's his name is in this from Kids in Hall, Mark McKinney, and
I thought that guy was really good, but I think you preferred some other people, but he was close to my favorite.
Well, I liked him a lot. I liked him as Daryl.
Oh, which one is he? Was he the blonde-haired guy?
Well, let's see if he's on the he's right there on the box. Let's see if I can find him on this one. Right here. He's on the bottom corner there.
Yeah, that guy. So I was thinking of a different guy. That one guy's good too.
Yeah.
Well, pretty well all of them are good. Some of them were a little more limited than others, but that guy was not limited yet much. He had a lot of different characters to play.
But I don't know. I mean, Kids in Hall was really great. It's hard to pick a favorite there.
Yeah, they had different skills and stuff.
They just really worked well together. So, anyway, this got the bottom of my stack, and I don't know if I'm going to get through it. I've only watched a couple of the episodes from this. It says one of TV's greatest shows, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, seriously, this is 6 discs, and loaded with 4.5 hours of bonus features. I may change my mind when I watch more. I don't know, but I don't know how I'm going to watch more. It's absolutely dreadful to watch for me. It's and Mark McKinney, like I said, he's in this, and I don't know if they made this first, or it seems like he was younger in this one. So I really couldn't tell you, but anyway, but that's hard to say. I mean, when people have gained weight, they look older.
They can.
So anyway, this is more like a show for that people should borrow from the library to sit their teenage child down when their child says, I want to be an actor. And you should sit your child down with this and say, do you really? Because these are the people you're going to be hanging out with. And do you really want to be like that too, right? So, and so anyway, I didn't care for Slings and Arrows. We'll see if I change my mind on that. So I did watch these ones all the way through so far. So these ones I can give a complete review. And first I'm going to read a poem. And this one poem was inspired by watching Eat, Pray, Love. So this one I have called Day in Italy, and it's a sonnet. I think today I'll visit Italy. I'll eat a pasta dinner in the sun while flipping through Petrarchan poetry, and then I'll walk to feed the birds for fun. I'll pass a spray park where the children play, and though I'll understand each word I hear, I'll make like they're all foreign anyway. My Mona Lisa smile will soon appear. I'll eat gelato on a sunset stroll, a fruity type that's sunset colored too, and as I'm cooled, its hue will warm my soul. The day will end as night becomes so new. I'll watch the moon come up in Italy, then dream that you had spent the day with me. So, because honestly, I was watching this. This is about Julia Roberts' character. She decides she doesn't want to be married. She wants to go traveling, and she wants to find herself, And what's wrong?
Fly.
Oh, you're
Just
trying
waiting.
to catch it.
Oh yeah.
So
some flies land on your hand.
Yeah,
They're usually
then,
smarter than them. This one's really dumb. It's really annoying.
So.
And I had too much of flies yesterday.
Yes, yeah, it's very frustrating when you're walking in Waterton because those ones bite. And
yeah, I had two different types of flies bite yesterday.
Did you actually have a horsefly bite you?
Yeah, it was a horsefly.
Yeah.
I caught them.
You caught them in time.
Twice. Yeah, well, it was just starting to go.
Lucky. Yeah, because when they bite, they take a chunk.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
So those ones are terrible. But
Yep.
yeah, they had both types of the flies on. That painful flies, both types of painful flies on the trail we were on yesterday.
So I had a couple land on my palm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, you're really.
You're not going to live to procreate anymore.
Yeah. So, yeah, Julia Roberts' character, she's wanting to go traveling. So she gets a divorce, and she.
How does she finance it?
I don't know. I mean, that's a bit of a mystery because she got her divorce and she told her husband, "You can take everything." Okay, well then she's left with nothing. How is she traveling around? Like, so that you're watching this and you're like, okay.
Sounds like Hollywood romance type of stuff.
Yeah. So then, and the guy that she was married to seemed like a nice guy, and then she got a boyfriend who
fun times.
was a younger guy that also seemed like a nice guy, but she left and went traveling, and she just was very unhappy with her life for some reason, and so first she went to Italy and she started to relax a bit and stuff like that. So I was writing about Italy because I was looking at it thinking, okay, well, I mean, there's some things that you couldn't do here. You couldn't pretend you're in Italy and just go. But in the summer, I mean, it's fairly warm a lot of the time, and you could just. Couldn't you just walk down the street and pretend you're wherever? I mean, James and I have talked about this before, how it's funny that they try to make cookie cutter cities now. So, and one woman had mentioned this. I worked with her in Grand Prairie, and she said she'd moved to a subdivision in Grand Prairie called Cobblestone because they had the same subdivision in the last city that she lived in, and they lived there and they liked it, and so she just thought that was funny. Why not move there? So, and they do that now, and they're all, you go to wherever, and it's all arranged the same, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm at home wherever I am, but do I ever feel at home in any of these places? So does it really work? This trying to cookie cutter place, but. Anyway, so, but a lot of the time you could probably pretend you're in Italy and just go, walk down the street, eat some gelato, go to a park, whatever, and you might actually convince yourself that, yeah, I went to Italy for the day, whatever. Because what would you do in Italy anyway? Like, I'm watching her, she eats some pasta, and oh, so happy. She eats some pizza, oh, so happy. Okay, you could do that at home. You don't need to go to Italy for that. I mean, there's some things like, going swimming in the ocean. Well, you can't do that.
Most places.
No, so you're not gonna. If that's one of the things that's gonna make your Italian holiday day, going swimming. Well, I guess that's you can't get that here. But anyway, back to the movie review part of it. So she's trying to find herself and she ends up finding love again. And you're watching her and thinking, okay, well, why didn't she just go back to her husband that she divorced? Because honestly, he seemed like a nice guy, and she doesn't really know this new guy either. It's just like James said, it's Hollywood kind of romance thing. It's like, oh,
I knew what was coming
again,
up.
whatever, and come on. It's just ridiculous.
Well, and she's not like an heiress or something like that. What is it? Had she saved up money? Was it a no-fault divorce? Don't those cost money, regular divorces?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought the movie was stupid. It was difficult for me to watch it, and it took forever. So one thing to be said about this, Julia Roberts looks amazing. Even though she's not my type. When I think of beautiful, I don't think of Julia Roberts' features or anything like that. But
well, you don't like thin faces.
No, I don't.
I'm not a big fan of thin faces.
But she's held on to her looks. So
presume she's not a smoker. Maybe not a hard liver.
So it's kind of impressive. Disney's Mulan. Now, I hadn't watched Mulan, the original Disney cartoon, or what do you call it, the animated one? Whatever, the kids one.
Animated is probably a good way to put it, because cartoons suggest like Saturday morning.
I guess it does, doesn't it? So, I hadn't watched the original Disney one, so I didn't really know what to expect, but watching this, I'm like, they turned this story into a kid's story? Like, it's all about, she's this warrior, and she's going to protect the emperor, even though it'll provide dishonor to her family and this and that, because she's not supposed to be a warrior, she's a girl. And then the emperor, she saves the emperor, and he decides, I'm going to change my ways. You're going to be one of my royal whatever.
Like a
vizier? I don't know, somebody...
A mandarin?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So, anyway.
Well.
It's,
I doubt if it's your fault that you don't know. It's
I just
it
don't
sounds
care.
like a pretty stupid concept.
Yes. I did like the special effects. The woman who was a witch, who was like a bird, and then, like, I guess she was a